Welcome back guys. I hope that you all are doing fine. So in this video we are going to discuss about the array. So as you know, there are two types of array, that is a fixed array and dynamic array. So we are going to discuss first about the fixed array. So as you know, our method of teaching is that we will directly learn through our problems, like by executing a code rather than going into a theory. So let's see about a fixed array first. Okay, so for that we will declare one module. So let's name it as a fixed array. And as you know, how we declare a fixed array is, this is our data type, this is our variable name. Suppose a is our variable name, and inside this we assign a fixed array, that is a size of the array, that is 4. Now in initial begin begin and end block, what we will do is we will assign the elements inside, that is we have a 4 size. Now we will assign the elements to it. So we will assign like this: a is equal to tick 1 2 3 4. Okay, these are the 4 elements inside this, right? And now we will display this element. So for this we will use a for loop equal to 0. I how many elements we have? 4. Okay, and this is incremental. And again inside begin end block, what we will do is we will use a dollar display command. Display will display elements. A, this is our person D. Let's use 0 so that we don't get a space. Person D, and this is our elements. Okay, so now let's see whether we are getting our value or not. Select the tool as a Synopsys VCS. You can select any tool, the result won't be changed. So if you see here, this is our array of a size 4, and this is our elements 1 2 3 4. So give here 0D so that there won't be creating a unnecessary unwanted space. So this is our single dimensional array. Okay, now this is one dimensional array. Now let's go for a two dimensional array. How you can go create a two dimensional array? Suppose there are 4 rows and there are 2 columns. Okay, so this first uh, this bracket indicates your row, and this indicates your column. Okay, so now you want to assign elements to this array. So how you can do is, now let's go to the first row. How first row? Okay, now we are in the first row. How many elements it has? It has a 2 elements. So let's give it as, suppose, 1 0. Okay, this is our elements in the first row. Similarly, now we are in the second row. In the second row also we have uh, 2 elements. So we assign the 2 elements to it. Now let's go in the third row. The third row also we assign 2 elements. Let's go to the fourth row. So we assign 2 elements, that is 4 0. So this is the idea, like how you assign the elements to your array. So now let's display. So for displaying, what you need to do, okay, just change the name here. Let's make it is a B. So make it B here. And now for displaying, so as it is a two dimensional array, you will be needing two for loops, like nested for loops. J is equal to 0, j is less than 2, right? This is our column. J plus plus, begin and end. So in the display statement, what we will display is person D. We will display two dimensions. Okay, and we will declare the elements. So this is I and J, and the elements are A. So now it's not a, it's a B. Okay, now as it is a B, we will make it B here. So now let's display the elements. Let's see whether we are getting the elements for the two dimensional or not. Okay, so this is 0. Okay, now we are getting a space. Let's do one thing. We will it's quite confusing. Let's make it 0 here. Let's run again. And if you see here, this is 0 0, this is 1. For 0 row we have two columns, 0 1. So the elements present here are 1 0. Similarly 2 0 3 0 4 0. So this is a basic terminology which we can use to create a fixed array and to assign the elements to this array. So for you can create a three-dimensional array also. I think you guys will try this three-dimensional array. Now let's move towards the next concept, that is a dynamic array. So I will comment this everything. Okay, now let's move to the dynamic array. In case of dynamic array, how you will do is, first there is a data type and then there is a variable name. Suppose in this our case we will take a for our simplification, and you just need to do like this. This is a uh, sub brackets. So this is sub brackets we call square brackets. Okay, so just create like this. So this is your declaration for a dynamic array. This is how you declare dynamic array. So what is the basic difference between the dynamic array and the fixed array? So in the fixed array, what you are doing is you are fixing the size before your runtime, and in the dynamic array, what you are doing is here now this this array has not been created. For creating this array, what you need to do is you have to assign memory to it. You have to assign memory to it. So this will be assigned during the runtime, and in order to assign a memory, what you need to use is you need to use a new method. New method. I hope you would have seen this new method in case of oops concept, if you have seen if you are referring our videos. So now to assign the memory to it, you have to make use of new method. So a is equal to new, and suppose let's go for four elements. Okay, and if you want to see, let's see the size first. If you want to see the size, okay, go for dollar display size of array is %d. In order to see the size, what you need to do is you need to call a size method. Name of an array dot the method size. Okay, these are the inbuilt constructs which are present in the system verilog. So this is the size before we allocate the memory, and let's see the size after allocation of the memory. Okay, now let's see the size after allocation of the memory. uh, and this is end is needed. Let's run this. I hope okay, there is some problem there at a line number 25. Okay, yeah, this comment I there's a one slash only I have used. So I hope there won't be any error now. Okay, see the size of an array is 0 first, then we assign the size, that is a 4, and now after that the size of an array is a 4. Okay, now this is a cluster clear. Okay, now let's assign elements to it. So a is equal to, let's give again the same elements 1 2 3 4, and let's display the elements. For display I will use the same for loop which we have created before, so I won't waste your time. So this is how we have declared the elements, and let's see the elements. Okay, yeah, so this was the, so now if you see the elements 1 2 3 4, there are four size. Okay, this was the first part of the dynamic array. Now there is one more thing which is present in the dynamic array, is that you can resize your array during your runtime. Now suppose I want the size of a array to be 10. Okay, now I want the size of a array to be 10, so I can resize it. I can change the size of array. So if you see, now after this, what is the size of array, you will get the size of the array as a 10. mm, what something we are missing? Yeah, there is a semicolon which we have missed, so I think there won't be error now. Yeah, so if you see the size of array is 10. So first it was 0, then we assigned the size as a 4. Now we assign the size as a 10. So now what you want to assign elements to it. So if you assign the elements to it right from the start, it will come, that is, suppose we assign only 4 elements. Let's assign all elements 7 8 9 10. How many elements we have created? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, this 8 more, 2 are required, 11, and let's go for 12. Okay, now what we have done is we have assigned 10 elements. Now again display these 10 elements. Now if you see, Okay, now the for loop, I need to change this for loop size. So it should basically be a 10. So after that we will get all the 10 elements. So these are the 10 elements which we assigned, and we are getting these elements. So this was a second case. So the third case basically is, let's try this here only. What you want, so now see, first what we did, we assigned the space as a 4 to 8, then we assigned the elements also 1 2 3 4. Now again you are resizing your array, but after resizing the array, you want that these elements should not be like this data, like what I mean is, this data you don't want to delete this data. You want to like again, even if your size is increased, you want to retain this data. So in order to retain this data, what you need to do is, you have to again write a here, just a, your array name here in your in this bracket, circle brackets. Okay, and now just let's comment this thing. And if you see now, those four elements which we declared initially, those four elements will be retained. Yeah, so 1 2 3 4, the rest are 0 because we have not assigned anything to it. So this is a retaining of element. And one more method which is present with the array is delete method. So just call a dot delete. Okay, a dot delete, and after a dot delete, let's see what size it should be. 0. And if it's a 0, then we are following a correct path. So let's run this. I hope you will get a 0. Yeah, now see, the size of a array is a 0. So basically there are three methods here. That is a new method, then there is a new okay, there is a new method, then there is a delete method, then there is a size method to see the size of your array. And while resizing, you can return the elements which you assigned initially. So this was a basic about fixed array and a dynamic array. So thank you guys. So if you liked our video, please do comment below and let me know what all topics you want, so that I can cover those topics in upcoming videos. And do join our channel, that is VLSI Chaps. See you soon guys. Thank you so much.